Favi, the summer transfer window is absolutely exploding in MLS. We got a lot of big names coming to Major League Soccer, but I don't think there's been a bigger name to come to MLS this summer, or come to MLS this summer, I should say, other than Sun Heung-min. Absolutely huge signing for MLS and LAFC. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is a signing that maybe I even underestimated at first. Not to say Son isn't a great player or has a huge appeal, but I never knew to what extent until I started engaging with some of these fans recently.
Yeah, look, Son is a player that is gonna get people in the Bay Area to go down to LA to see. Son is a player where the Earthquakes are now banking on selling out a stadium. Son is a player that in Seattle, it's gonna be a sellout, right? Like this is a type of player that on the West Coast has that Messi like aura to him, and even has basically everything that you would need in a player in his prime to still win a championship. So no, I think this is a great opportunity for LAFC. I think this is a huge transfer.
Hey, if you're enjoying the video, make sure you give it a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Our goal is to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. With your help, I know we will reach that goal. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already and hit that little bell notification so you never miss any of our videos. Now, back to the video.
And again, like a Messi like aura in places where there are an Asian population, where there is an Asian population, to be honest, which is the San Francisco Bay Area, Seattle, Los Angeles area. I mean, they even have a K Town, right? Imagine the murals of Sun that are gonna pop up around the city. It's gonna be insane.
Yeah, I'll tell a couple stories or read one of the comments I got on my videos recently, which I thought was pretty funny. But I want to pull up this report real quick of what Fabrizio reported, just to give everybody the latest. It's going to happen. It's like a matter of when, not if, at this point. But Fabrizio had shared last night. He said, "Heung-min Son to LAFC. Here we go. Verbal agreement in place between all parties. Son ready to complete. Excuse me, his move to MLS with the Spurs due to receive a fee in the excess of 15 million euros. Now, there has been some other reporting that's saying that might be 15 million pounds to where it could be almost 20 million US dollars. So we're not sure exactly what the fee, but it's going to probably be at least 15 million and up, right? Son didn't travel back to the UK with the Spurs squad. He's waiting for documents to be signed with LAFC. So it's going to happen, right? This is a huge deal. And what we're going to talk about is what this means for MLS and where would this rank all time as far as signings? Because I saw a lot of people, I said this is a top 5 signing, and I'll kind of give my reasoning why when we get further in the discussion. But I saw a lot of people pushing back on me saying that this was not a top 5 signing all time in MLS. But I think it's a slam dunk top 5 signing of all time, especially with the pedigree, what he's done in the Premier League, who he is as a person, all the things collectively. 100% a top 5 signing all time. Um, where would you rank Son if you're just, I mean, I know there's been so many players, but would you rank Son as a top 5 signing all time in Major League Soccer?
Look, what's really been frustrating about Twitter these days is I don't think a lot of people realize how much influence Asian influence is on the West Coast. Um, it's the closest part geographically to Asia. There's hub cities in the West Coast that are basically full of Asian communities. This is the most famous Asian player probably in the last 50 years. Like I can't think of another more famous Asian player. Um, that's
Maybe ever.
yeah, maybe ever, right? Maybe Park Park out of Manchester United, right? But this, I still think this is a different level. Like this is, to me, this is the Asian Korea, or excuse me, Asian LeBron or Korean LeBron, right? Like this is a big deal. Maybe not on the same level as Messi because no one is the same level as Messi. But this is a deal that even myself slept on, like possibly happening. I never even thought Son would be able to come at the age of 33. My eyes were set on Neymar having to join Inter Miami or Kevin De Bruyne when this transfer came out of nowhere. So I'm gonna say that in my opinion, this is a top 5 transfer as well. I think this is a big deal if you're an MLS fan, and I think this is a great deal of business if you're an MLS club. Um, maybe Rodrigo De Paul is up there with the top 5 transfers as well. But I still think Son deserves a spot in that Rushmore of transfers. Now, free agent signings or free transfers, that might be a different story, right? I'm talking about with the transfer fee, this easily has to be top 5.
Well, I think it's top 5 regardless, and
Mm,
I'll talk a little bit about that. I'll give my, reasoning, right? So, Son is disrespected because he's Asian. He
mm,
is. If he had the same amount of goals or production that he while he was at Spurs and he was Brazilian, he was Argentinian, if he was, Spanish, if he was Italian, he would get way more flowers. He would. But I think there's always this chip on their shoulder with, uh, certain Asian players that just don't get the respect they deserve. He is I think someone had told me he is the most efficient goal scorer in Premier League history. So
wow.
when he has a chance, he converts. He scores most of the time. So I think that he is. I think it's many people might not believe this, but I think he's underrated. I think he is. He's not properly rated. I think he's better than what people maybe even give him credit for. And the reason why it's such a big deal is because he is going to bring a whole new market of fans that have never watched MLS, probably
Right.
had no interest in MLS. I've already, like I said, I've already seen it. I've already seen the growth. I've already seen the new followers following
Me too.
me, wanting to learn about Major League Soccer, wanting to learn about LAFC. And he hasn't even played a game yet.
Right.
Imagine what
Not
happens
even
if
official. Not even official yet.
not even official yet. Imagine what's going to happen if he comes here to MLS and he just starts tearing it up. He starts scoring goals like crazy. Gets a bunch of assists, creating chances. It's fun. They're winning. I can't even imagine what kind of clout, what kind of attention it's going to bring to MLS and LAFC. And I think that when you sign the most popular Asian player, maybe not just soccer, but in any sport in the world,
Right.
maybe he's more popular than Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, it's up
Um,
there, right? It's a debate.
it's a debate, yes. So this is like a dream signing, honestly.
Right.
Like if I'm looking at like global superstar, what markets could I hit that I don't already have? Messi's up there, got him, right? Ronaldo would be nice because maybe you're getting some European market. But
Right.
honestly, who other than Son could you sign that you're not already attracting? Neymar is not going to get you any new fans that you weren't already getting with Messi. That's just a fact. This is a huge signing, in my opinion, for not just what he can do on the pitch, but just the bringing him to give the league more eyes, credibility. And I think it's a slam dunk. I think it's the third biggest signing in MLS history. The only two signings that are bigger to me are David Beckham, because he started the
Yeah.
whole thing, and Lionel Messi, because he's the greatest player of all time. Son is 100% the third. I think he's the third biggest signing, best signing. And here's the thing, too. He could have stayed in Europe. He didn't have
Yeah.
to come here. He liked the project. I didn't realize that he had already had not necessarily a relationship with the team, but a relationship with Los Angeles. And he'd been here. He's talked to LAFC people. He met with
Right.
fans. I had not realized that until I saw some clips this past weekend. So it just makes way too much sense. And it's going to be a slam dunk, man. I can't wait to see what happens after the signing is official.
Yeah, look, I mean, I lived in Japan for two years, and I understand how much Los Angeles means to at least Japan, and how big of a cultural movement Los Angeles is. So to Japan, at least, it was New York, Los Angeles, and that's it. Miami's not even on the radar. Seattle might be because you may know someone that's there, but again, it's New York, Los Angeles, and and you know what? Los Angeles might even be more important to the Asian region because it's closer than New York. So Los Angeles is a big deal, just how Miami would be a big deal to South Americans, right? Like Messi, basically, Miami is the capital of the Latin world, while Los Angeles, I would say, is if not the capital of the Asian world in the United States, it's one of them. And out of the three, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Seattle. And personally, yeah, this is going to be an insane transfer because you're tapping into a market of people that maybe had no reason to watch MLS. You had no reason to download the MLS season pass. You had no reason to buy an LAFC jersey. But now you're going to see music videos with LAFC jerseys. You're going to see cultural movements with LAFC jerseys. K-pop is the media, is the music that runs all of Asia. Japanese kids listen to K-pop. K-pop is what everybody loves. And if their biggest idol of Korea is rocking LAFC and it's all about LAFC, you know for sure that there's going to be LAFC merchandise all over media in Korea, just like how the Miami pink jersey was all over the United States for a solid summer because of the Barbie movie and Inter Miami playing with Messi now. It's going to be a fashion statement. The LAFC jerseys are going to be a cultural piece for the Koreans, right? So no, you're 100% on this. I can't believe how many people on Twitter are saying that this is not the best signing or not a good signing. I even went ahead and said this is a better signing than Griezmann would be personally.
I
And
said that too. Yeah, it is.
and I'm possibly thinking more than just on the field because Griezmann's a great player. He's a World Cup winner. He's played at Barcelona. He's played at the biggest clubs. But Sun brings a completely different market that you never have tapped into. And they might have tapped into a little bit with Beckham, but that was a while ago, right? Beckham was beloved with all of Asia because he did all those preseason tours in Asia with the Galaxy, and they tapped into that market. And who knows? LAFC better be tapping into that market now with Sun, just how Miami was tapping in to the Central American and South American market with their preseason tournaments. But no, this is an insane transfer. This is monumental for the West Coast. This is monumental for MLS. And honestly, MLS season pass numbers are just going to skyrocket because you just brought a whole new part of the world into MLS soccer with that transfer.
Yeah, and another thing too, another piece to this pie is that South Korea is likely to qualify, like probably 99% likely to qualify for the 2026 World Cup.
Hmm.
Their best player, their captain, is going to be playing in Major League Soccer while their team, their national team, is playing in America in the World Cup in 2026. MLS needed icons and needed big names that are like, hey, check out these superstars that are going to be playing in the 2026 World Cup that play in our league. They've got a couple of these guys now that are going to be playing, which is great. You know, it might be more by before it's all said and done. It might be more than just a couple, right?
What
But
are some other names that you would think would make the same kind of gravity for like this type of signing? Like what I'm thinking, like Salah, you would grab like all of North
yeah,
Africa, like that type of player, right? Like I don't see many players being able to do that, like Son or Salah, basically.
no, I agree. He is. There is not a better fit for him to go to LAFC or if it was the Galaxy, either one, right? I mean, just an LA market team going to an LA team with his following is just it's going to amplify everything, probably fivefold. And it's going to make them a bigger, more popular club globally. It's going to be perfect. It's going to get people to watch games in South Korea that never watched MLS before.
Right.
And here's another thing too. I don't think he's done. I think he still has a lot left to offer. People were saying he's washed, but Tottenham was bad last year. They finished like 16th or 17th. They did win the Europa League. They did win that, but they were terrible in the Premier League. They were one or two spots out of getting relegated. So,
Yeah, but I would say they put all their eggs in the basket to the Europa, right? Like that's what happens in European, soccer. Sometimes you get one trophy and then you let it slip in another one.
yeah, but this was really bad. This wasn't like finishing 8th or ninth place. This was almost relegation zone for a team that had finished top 6 like 9 or 10 times the last 15 like 12, 13 years. Like this wasn't like just barely, a down season. This was a really, really could have been catastrophic season.
Yeah.
So you can't blame Son for that. Like I think the team was just bad. He still had 7 goals. I think he is going to be personally, I think he's going to be pushing Messi in 2026 for the MVP. He don't have enough time because it's a half season. He's just not going to be able to, you can't win MVP halfway through a year. He's going to be pushing Messi for MVP because of his quality, his appeal. There is an aspect of this, Favi, where your name recognition gets you some type of pull with an award. If it's a tie, they're gonna be like, okay, well, the guy who's got we know we're gonna give it to them. If Son has a good year, man, I think he can really push for the MVP. I think he will be a serious contender for the MVP next year. And I think that he is going to be the biggest. He is the biggest signing in LAFC history because he's the third biggest signing in the league history. So
Yeah.
this surpasses Giroud, Vela,
Gareth
Bale.
Bale was a big one.
but Bale was washed, bro. He
Yeah,
was
yeah.
washed. He was very washed.
But he did come before that World Cup. So this is kind of that same mentality.
Yeah, but you got to think too. That World Cup was literally right after the season. He played it, then he retired. This is going to be 6 months, not
Right.
even 6 months, almost a year of playing before the World Cup. So, and Son is only 33 years old. He still has something left in the tank. I cannot like I said, I totally underestimated how big of a deal this was until I started engaging, and I think people didn't like a lot of fans didn't realize what this was going to do.
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna, like I said, this is gonna sell Earthquakes games. This is gonna sell other teams in the areas games. Like I'm, like I'm gonna say this every time Sun will play in an Asian hub city like Seattle, San Jose, Los Angeles, shoot, even San Diego. I know that game is gonna be a sellout because people are gonna travel. So for the Earth, so excuse me, for the SF Giants, the baseball team in the Bay Area, they have a very famous Korean baseball player. And there's people that come from Korea to watch him play in San Francisco. This is going to be the same deal. They're going to go to these cities to watch him play, which is so cool and such an awesome thing. It was something that MLS was missing, right? Yes, they had it on the East Coast, people traveling all over to watch Messi play, but this is what we needed on the West Coast. We needed that type of player. I don't even know if there's any other player that could have that type of draw, right? Like this is probably the top 3 dream transfers they could have got this transfer window, right? Like this is the wildest transfer, and it came out of nowhere after they failed with their French Revolution and they failed on Griezmann. They ended up getting something better, which is wild.
Yeah, this could be franchise club altering like signing, in my opinion, and I think Son could play several more years. He could play 3, 4 more years, I think, at a high level, especially for Major League Soccer. So I'm excited about this. I can't wait to see when he makes his debut.
Yeah.
We'll definitely do a live stream watch like whenever that happens, and we'll be covering it like crazy. But man, this just feels like obviously we're not talking about the quality of the player being the same because Messi's the best of all time, but it just feels like in America, this is the same type of deal when it comes to soccer fans. Now, when it comes to the casual fans, more people probably know who Messi is than Son,
Yeah.
casual fans. But when it comes to people who know ball, this is a huge, huge deal. Huge deal.
And also a huge deal for just a group of people. Like Son has, I don't want to say culty followers, but he is an icon for a whole country, just like Messi is for Argentina, right? So Son, just coming off of winning a trophy for Tottenham too, the literally the excitement's at an all-time high. He joined a Los Angeles team. He's playing in the same league as Messi. It's like a perfect concoction of clout and buzz for this to kind of happen. But no, I'm super excited. I'm excited to see all the LAFC jerseys and every single picture of Korea or South Korea. It's gonna be a blast.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see what kind of ripple effect this will have for other Asian players. If they'll see Son come over here, maybe more players will want to come to the U.S. and play for whatever team is willing to sign them. But like maybe we'll see an influx of new Asian talent come to Major League Soccer.
Do you remember when we missed out on Honda? When Honda went to go
Yeah,
play in the Brazilian league?
Pachuca. No, I think he went to
Oh,
Pachuca
I
or
I, th-
Monterrey.
I think he went to the Brazilian league after, but we missed out on him twice basically,
Yeah.
and that was a big blow because that was not this level in my opinion, but that was a big get if an MLS team would have got him at the
But
time.
this is like, I mean, like, listen, this
Yeah,
is
like this is like
Son is the Asian unicorn.
yeah,
That's what he is. He is the Asian. He is the rare, like checks all the boxes. Great guy, great player.
right.
Great branding. He is the unicorn. This is going to be. I will say right now, it's going to be revolutionary for Major League Soccer to sign Son. It is because at the end of the day, it's a business. You got to get people interested in wanting to watch the games, and this is how you do it. And I don't want to hear the retirement league narrative because he could have played anywhere else. They wouldn't be paying almost $20 million if he wasn't good. He is good still. He is good. And the fact he wants to be at LAFC is incredible. And I cannot wait. Doesn't it feel like things are finally starting to culminate and like it's exciting? Like things in Major League Soccer, exciting things are really starting to happen.
Yeah, like it's a perfect storm, right? We got the schedule change. We're talking about that. We're talking about roster mechanisms that make the next season better. The World Cup's coming. Well, you and me both know we was looking bleak for a little bit. It was looking bleak like maybe 6 months ago, where it looked like nothing was going to change before the World Cup. But I tweeted out something earlier today that KTLA, which is a very big local news station in the area, if they're tweeting about Son's arrival in LA, that shows that it's such a big deal. You don't get local television stations tweeting out about soccer news ever. Like it's one in a million if you see something like that. Like this is a big transfer, even on a local level. Like people are going to be talking in LA about this guy. There's going to be murals. Like there's going to be murals of him before he plays or right as he plays. Like it's people are saying that Carlos Vela is what makes LAFC, but this is going to change the whole franchise.
Sonny's going to be a difference maker for sure. I can't wait to see what happens. I can't wait to watch his debut match whenever that comes, which will probably be a couple weeks from now. Incredible times ahead, my friends. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like down below and subscribe to the channel. We're getting closer and closer to 10K. We're have incredible momentum right now. We're growing like at an insane rate that I couldn't even imagine. Biggest MLS content creator right here. We're putting out all the videos for you, covering everything you guys like. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the little bell notification so you never miss a video. And also make sure you check out my friend Fabian Rankel. He does great work. He works for Urban Pitch. He's somehow on Thread still, but make sure you check him out specifically on Instagram and X/Twitter at Fabian Rankel. He's making posts about LAFC and everything MLS related. Make sure you give him a follow on Instagram and X. Favi, before I go, I'll give you the final words.
Yeah, missing out on Griezmann, failing with Giroud, Lloris not really making much of a difference. LAFC can care less. This is a new era. This is the Sun era. This is going to be completely different, especially because now you have a rival too in Mueller in Vancouver, right? So it's not just Sun alone. There's other teams doing things. It's going to be a fun ride.
Hey, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, man. It's going to be perfect. Can't wait to see what happens. Exciting times ahead. Nothing but smiles here. Great time to be alive. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you all soon.